Hello, dear students. In the previous lecture of the structure of atoms, we have discussed about the duality concept of matter and Heisenberg uncertainty principle. These two are the biggest blow to the, or you can say, two things which give us reason to think that we need a new model, and that's why the new model started is the quantum mechanical model of atom. That is the fourth your important one, structure of atom. Okay, this is the fourth one. First we did was the Thomson, then Rutherford, then Bohr model came, but all some few things get solved on that basis, but few things get remained. That's why we need another model, quantum mechanical model of atom. And I am explaining you that please consider electron as a wave, because we have already know the de Broglie concept that in case of microscopic you can assume matter as a wave. You can assume that is significant quite. In higher massive object that is insignificant, but in case of microparticles it is significant. That's why we are in this case we are assuming electron as a wave. Now what are the few good things or a few aspects or postulates of the quantum mechanical model? First thing, it was given by the Schrödinger. Okay, Schrödinger equation in short form I told you right in this manner. Chi represents the amplitude of the wave, chi square will give you the probability, or you can say region where probability is maximum to find electron. Third thing, H is known as Hamilton operator. Hamilton operator. And E is the energy associated with electron. Okay. Now, first of thing, why we are writing the equation, Schrödinger wave equation, in a quite short form? Because it is very complex that you will learn in higher classes that how we will solve this equation. We will put the value of chi over here, whose electron value, whose energy, whose position we need to find out. We will put the chi value for that electron in this equation and we will solve it particularly. Then it will tell us about the energy and position of that electron. I am telling position of electron is given in terms of probability. Probability. So that's why it is satisfy the Heisenberg principle completely. And energy, if you find out, is given particularly precise, or you can say accurate. So that's, and which is find out what? Quantized. So if it is quantized, then it is also explaining that yes, spectrum particularly. If energy of the electron is find out quantized, it means spectrum is also explained. If you talk about the Schrödinger wave equation for hydrogen atom, and hydrogen like species like helium positive, lithium 2 positive, okay, etc. So they are telling about the energy associated. We put the value of different chi in this Schrödinger wave equation and we solve for the hydrogen atom. So it clearly explains us the energy position as shown in the Bohr model, and spectrum is clearly explained by the Schrödinger wave equation. But for multi-electron systems, they are not accurately but approximately their values also find out on the basis of the Schrodinger wave equation. So their spectrum or their principle, their energy, their probability of finding the electron region, that also can be sorted out by the approximately by the Schrodinger wave equation, or you can say quantum mechanical model of atom. So what is quantum model and quantum numbers, or you can say orbital, because you know that orbital is the whole concept in this equation, because orbital is the telling where the electron is existing, and its energy level is also defined by the orbital, because different orbital have different energy. So what is the orbital and concept of quantum numbers? This is a quite important concept, that how you will relate the orbital and quantum numbers. So first thing, we have four kinds of quantum numbers. Four kind. First one is known as principal quantum number. Principal quantum number, denoted by small n, tells you about cell, that electron in which cell. For example, if n is 2, so the cell is L, obviously, into its electron is you are talking about is first cell, in second cell or third cell. Okay, it mostly go on the size and energy of the orbital. By knowing the n, we can easily know, we can compare the cell size. Okay, and orbital size, you can say. How? Let's talk about if you're talking about if something is in 1s and 2s, so 2s have larger size. Now you will talk about what is this S means, student. S are subcells, dear. K, L, M, N are cells, and N is telling about the cell, not subcell. Subcell is told by which one? That is known as secondary quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, orbital quantum number. These are the different name for the secondary quantum number. Okay, its value, and it is denoted by what? L, and maximum value of L is possible is n minus 1. It is a fixed value n minus 1, from 0 to n minus 1. Like for 1s, okay, so the value of L will be 0. Okay, n is 1, and n have only one subcell. First cell have only one. Now goes to 2s, 2p. L value will be still 0. P value is 1. 0 and 1, because maximum possible value is 0 to n minus 1. So in case of second, it will be 0 and 1. 0 is assigned to S subcell, 1 is assigned to P subcell. Now in case of 3s, 3p, 3d, third cell they are talking about. So value will be 0, 1 and 2. In case of 4, 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f, 0, 1, 2, 3. So these values are fixed. So collectively N and L, N is primary, or you can say your principal quantum number, and this is known as azimuthal, famously. Azimuthal collectively gives you about size, energy, okay, and region where probability is maximum. As you move in the higher cell, in cells there are subcells, you know very well. First cell have only S subcell, second have S and P, third cell have S, P, D. So the size is increasing. So that's why orbital size also increasing, and hence the probability or you can say more diffused shape of the orbital becomes, more the region occupied by the orbital is getting increased. Okay, that's why probability also get on decreasing. So we can clearly understand these things, that first, by knowing the principal quantum number, we can tell which electron is present in which cell you are talking about. By secondary quantum number, you can tell about which orbital is, which subcell is in present. Okay, and number of orbitals, if you talk, number of orbitals in any cell is equal to always n square. Like let's example take 2 square 4. So in case of 2s, 2 subcell are there, s have 1 orbital, p have 3 orbitals. So these are the 4 in case of the second cell. So we can clearly explain by knowing the first and second quantum numbers that in which electron is present in which cell and in which subcell is which present. Now let's talk about the third quantum number, that is known as magnetic quantum number. Magnetic quantum number, usually represented by small m. Okay, and here with the L because its value depend on the L, that is secondary quantum number. M magnetic quantum number values vary from minus L to L. Mean to say, like for example, for P, L value is 1. Okay, so what will be the ML value, magnetic quantum value? These will be minus 1, 0, 1, minus L to L, minus 1, 0, 1, and P subcell you have no 3 orbitals particularly, represented by these 3 different magnetic quantum numbers. Okay, if you talk about the fourth quantum number, that is known as spin quantum numbers. Spin quantum number, usually represented by small s. It have only 2 values, plus 1 by 2 and minus 1 by 2. Spin quantum number. Because an orbital can have only 2 electrons. So one if have positive 1 by 2, the other will have negative 1 by 2 spin particularly. Okay, magnetic quantum number usually explain the magnetic behavior of that thing. Okay, spin quantum number maintain what kind of spin, angular momentum is maintained by your electrons particularly. So if you know these 4 quantum number, that is first one is the principal, second is azimuthal, third one is your magnetic, fourth one is spin. So these collectively are known as address of the electron. How? Let's take an example. For example, I am taking the value randomly. 3, 4 set, 4 value will be there. 3 I have taken, then I have taken 1, then we are talking about 0, and at last positive 1 by 2. So this third is representing principal quantum number. It's a set of 4 quantum numbers. Now this set of 4 quantum numbers is particularly representing a single electron in any particular atom. So which electron we are talking about? That electron is present in third cell, first thing. The first quantum number will tell us that number of cell. Second, in third cell, we know that sp,d, 3 subcell will occur. So second quantum number is 1. So which will represent 1? That is represented by the p, because it is fixed. S is 0, p is 1, d is 2, f is 3. It is fixed value. So the secondary quantum number is telling us that yes, electron is present in p subcell. Now goes to third quantum number, that is given 0. Now p subcell have 3, minus 1, 0, 1. So that's why he is telling you that yes, third quantum number explaining yes, we are talking about the electron is present in the py orbital of the p subcell. And fourth, last one, actually tells you in which direction it is rotating. So that as total, if you know the 4 quantum numbers, you can clearly explain the electron which you are talking about. If you have 4 and what the role they are playing, you must understand those, that principal quantum number is doing what is the secondary quantum number telling, what is the third quantum number, what is the fourth quantum role play. So you have to understand these all things. So today we have completed our orbital and quantum numbers concepts. Tomorrow we will discuss what are the shapes particularly we have to discuss still, because shapes will give us the region in exact ideas about the positions particularly. Our position is always measured precise approximately in case of the fourth model, because we need to satisfy the Heisenberg uncertainty principle as well. So today you will first read up to the topic. Second thing, make your notes up to here. Okay, thank you.